Finals back in 2019. Ball is up, game is on. Clippers win the tap. They'll have it to start the fourth quarter. They tend to shoot for the Clippers. Paul George is aware. Pulls up just below the elbow and knocks it in. Back-to-back jumpers for the Clippers. They lead 4-1.
Just send the big man up to set a screen. It's so hard then to keep the pressure on.
Speaking of pressure, expect a lot of trapping on Damian Lillard. Ty Lue did not. For falls for the Blazers, they cut the lead to 1. Beverly, a good look at a three. His first shot since coming back and knocks it in. He turned up the fancy pass to 7 on his meter. Here he goes into the paint, lays it up and in, and the Clippers off to a 9-3 start. All 3 field goals are true for the Clippers. Deflection by Beverly, chases it down. The Blazers get back defensively. Beverly pulls it back for the tray and knocks it in. A 12-3 start for the Clippers. Lillard comes off a Cantor screen and knocks down the 3 and leaves his calling card. He is just so good.
Set a screen and Paul George couldn't get over it.
Last time we saw Pat Beverly was March 11th as Paul George knocks it in. And, I mean, it's possible the Clippers never miss again. Clippers actually 6 for 6 from the field. George for 3. I mean, I'll tell you this, Mr. Patel. Powell off the window, no. Cantor with the rebound. He leads the league in second chance points and taps that one home. And he was playing decent basketball in Houston. Just Buzzard's luck with injuries as Kawhi Leonard crashing down the lane and leaves it in. And the Clippers have hit 9 consecutive shots to start the game.
Well, not fingernails type things, falling off. I mean, he had very serious injuries in 3 different locations. New Orleans, Golden State. He was there for the whole year, but not allowed to play by the NCAA because they said he was a professional. He had received money playing over in Turkey. And nice. Was floated by Paul George. He said he is really, really good. Never played the entire season.
McCollum off the window. What a tough shot. He knocks it in again.
A nice shuffle pass to Zoo, and that time we saw Kawhi dish it off to the big man.
McCollum muscles up his own shot. He has 5.
G. Jackson said, "Here, guys, you think I'm going to shuffle to him? No way. I'm taking this one myself."
McCollum, the cash cow for the Blazers in this first quarter, now has 7. Paul George leads the way with a dozen for 3. Paul George leads the way with 15 on a perfect 5 for 5 from the field. Post All-Star break. It hasn't worked out for them, but they still find ways to win games because they make shots like that. McCollum knocks it in, counted, and a foul. George, his first miss. Clippers have only missed 2 times here tonight, but only lead by 8. Why? Because McCollum continues his perfect ways. George with a screen from Patterson, flings a 3, and it is all systems go here in this first quarter for Paul George. By Powell, deflected back to Patterson. The Clippers have plenty of time. Batum into Patterson, followed by Paul George.
One of the better big players in the league. Unfortunately, he's had to deal with some really big injuries. But I think what you saw in Houston, especially towards the end of his tenure there, our guys, there's not a day that goes by they don't talk about the day. And I think April 18th is the first day we'll have fans.
Jackson relocates, seductive ball fake, then pulls the trigger. Cousins battles for the rebound, lays it in. Welcome to the family, DeMarcus Cousins.
I'm gonna go and get myself going here, okay?
Beverly attacks, finds Cousins for the long 2 late in the clock. Good shot for Cousins, and he knocks it down. He's hit both of his shots here tonight.
You see Patrick Beverly shadowing Damian Lillard the entire length of the floor, not giving him too much distance.
Now the trade deadline for Denver.
Dallas is really playing well right now.
You know who else is playing well?
Paul George.
Standings in the Western Conference in the 3rd spot, 3 games behind Phoenix. They will see the Suns on Thursday. McCollum, a great look at a 3. That's troublesome, and he knocks it down. Kawhi, chased by Covington, floats it up and in. Kawhi Leonard now with 13 from above the arc. everywhere except the right wing. If you took that out of the equation, that's what he would shoot. Meanwhile, Norman Powell with the flush. McCollum uses Cantor as a barricade, comes up firing, and it's a 10-point game. 3 on the clock for Lillard. Covington beats the buzzer and knocks it in, and we've got a ball game here in the first half. Overcame a 25-point deficit back in the middle part of February. The Blazers, once trailed by 26, have it down to 5 with 11 minutes to play in the third.
Thought he was going backdoor. Beverly denied.
Leonard hangs inside and lays it in. 77-68. Clippers out in front. Said it was all that he could do. Had to call his kind of personal trainer, either come away with a new personal trainer. Tough shot inside by Powell. Clippers have time on the clock. George zigs and zags his way down the lane, slices through the defense and lays it in. Minute restriction is 20. Zubac's inside. Late on the clock for George. A contested 3. Oh, it is good. He could throw a key into a lock tonight. Got off to a great start, and again, a lot of energy out there for the Clippers as Kawhi mistimes the rebound. Lillard, look what I found, lays it in. Damian Lillard now with 9. 30-11 run to close out the half. Clippers opened up the third quarter on an 11-4 run, but Norman Powell continues to knock down shots. He has 20.
And as you know, there are certain games you go into where you know you have to continue to score points because your opponent's going to score on you a lot of times, and Reggie Jackson knocks down the 3 at the perfect time.
Interesting fact, maybe interesting only to me, this could potentially be a first-round matchup. This is the 3-6 matchup in the Western Conference if the playoffs, which they don't, started today. Under 3 to play in the third. Jackson, great look at a 3. Loved it the second it left his hand, and the Clippers lead 92-84. Timeout, Portland. Don't know. Honestly,
how?
How do we get there? I don't know either. I will just be happy to see them here. Carmelo knocks down the 3. Kawhi gets around Melo, gets to the rim and lays it in, counted on a foul.
Offense can kind of do what it wants to. When you get a team like the Clippers that is challenging on every shot, we see the layup on the inside there.
Wide open look for the Clippers, went astray for Patterson. They lead by 12 to start this fourth quarter. Jones Jr. in the corner for 3. It only hurts when you're on defense.
When you make a 3, it doesn't hurt anymore.
A 2-possession game, unfortunately, for the Clippers here in the second half. Norman Powell storming down the lane and lays it in. Boy, he has been something else. 24 for him. 9 to shoot. Here comes the trap for the Clippers. If it's not Lillard they're trapping, it's McCollum, and for good reason. They might need to do the same thing for Powell. He has 26 and leads the Blazers in scoring. George skips it to Jackson. Drives into the teeth of the defense, off the window and in. 17 for Reggie Jackson. Just a 10-point game. Skip pass from George to Jackson for 3. Counted on a foul. Wow. Is out in front by 18 with 6:40 to play. Covington, the runner off the window, is good. Covington with 15 points and 9 rebounds. Still like the closest 15-point lead I've ever seen the Clippers have. Leonard inside, counted and a foul, and send that young man to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Cousins takes a little victory lap and lays it in. As the time winds down here, Clippers get a massive effort from Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.